that Matt is dead.
Dear played.
Harleen Quinzel.
Why did you say that name?
We can't save everyone in this war. It's not what we came here to do.
But it's what I'm going to do.
I still just love how intense that opening is. It just cuts to us like, hey guys.
Hi, how's it going? We're going to talk about some food.
You just need to learn to match the energy a little bit, right?
I don't think I can.
Step one is don't take your meds.
Shit, my doctor says I have to, though.
Well, you can keep the blood pressure meds, just the ones that make you feel level and happy.
I mean, like, the last time I stopped taking my meds, well, it made the papers, so it's probably not a good idea for me to stop taking them.
Brian's the only one here that knew me pre-meds, so...
So everything's going to be great. We have a solid plan to now match our intro. Hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, Hall of Just Us. Got it in the second episode, mind you.
You did have to remind yourself a few times.
The fact that you point it out, though, kind of like is a bit of a...
Now it's not... you lost it. You lost the plan.
Yeah. Could you just like, hey, look at how great I am.
Only 14 more episodes left for you to get it right.
I'm fine with calling myself out, so you guys can take me down all you want. I'm still on cloud 9.
He's going to be more offended with our opinions on these movies than digging at him like this.
I mean, I think we're going to be on pretty even ground after this one. I think.
You think so?
Yeah, well, I mean, I never know with you, but with Ryan and Matt, I'm pretty sure I'm on somewhat even ground. Joel, I don't know where you're going to go.
It's going to be a journey one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. Maybe Ryan doesn't like Aquaman for some strange reason. But
I like Aquaman.
Aquaman's a good movie. Like
I've seen about 30 minutes of Aquaman. It was in a hotel room. Nice TV that I didn't have. It was pretty.
You know, as much as I don't like these first two movies, they're still going to get a meh from me in our little promo shot.
They're going to get happy faces from me. Both of them.
too.
But here, you know what? Here, I actually did some nicknames this time, so we're gonna see how they go. We got Matt Zombie Dog Deep Blue Dykes.
Are these all DC characters?
How'd you guess? No way would I do that.
Is he a whale of some sort? Like, it just seems
honestly, I went to like obscure, like, so list of minor DC comic characters, and so like most of these people I don't know.
Is Batmite in there?
Because I'm just thinking, he's too big.
I'm just thinking of fucking Peacemaker.
No, Batmite's too big for this list because we have people like Joel, Chunk, DeWitt.
Are you sure you're not got it mixed up with Goonies characters?
Y'all do the truffle shuffle.
Nobody wants to do that.
I just asked for it.
No, this one I actually know. We got Ryan Puzzler Lutens.
That's a Batman villain.
Yeah, so there's someone there that we know.
Batman's Rogues Gallery is why Batman is my favorite superhero because he's got the best Rogues Gallery.
Yeah, I agree. Condiment King is the best.
What was Ryan's nickname again?
Puzzler.
So we have the Puzzler and the Riddler.
That is correct.
And the Questioner?
Was it Question Man or Question Monger?
Yeah, one of those, yeah. But like, because then there's also the Question, who's a different character. Yeah, there's a lot. We're not going to get all. Like, some of these people on this like quote unquote obscure list. I'm like, come on. Like Red Tornado's on here. I'm like,
everybody knows Red Tornado.
Red Tornado, like he's a character in Titans. Like people know Teen Titans. Like that was a popular show. Like so no.
I mean, like to be fair though, like you have to write a lot of comics, and at some point you're going to start to run out of ideas for names of characters.
What do you mean? Everyone knows Zuggernaut.
Is that? I don't know who's Zuggernaut. Was that? I think that was a Superman villain.
I believe so.
Yeah.
What is Zuggernaut's superpowers?
Is that just like?
I
Is
don't
that a shit Juggernaut?
He's from Russia.
Does he just run around going, "I'm the Zuggernaut, bitch"?
No, that's too harsh. I'm the Zuggernaut, buddy.
I like that better. Oh man! All right, so let me pull the trailer really quick before we start getting too far into this. But this week we are talking Batman vs Superman, specifically the Ultimate Edition. And I guess I can qualify a little bit here. So we are going to do both versions of Justice League, but we're only doing one version of Batman vs Superman. Does anybody know why?
Because the first one is absolute garbage.
You're saying that like the first Justice League is an absolute garbage?
Because they're not two different films,
really
realistically.
Two different directors.
It's like
They took out
basically
whole
the version we've done of this of Batman vs Superman is basically the same film as the theatrical one. It's just like in the theatrical one they cut out the story.
They cut out a major chunk of the story.
So there'd be no point doing 2 episodes on this because it basically like, well, this one made no sense. Oh, now it makes sense. Now the story's been re-edited, edited back into it.
The first movie can be condensed down to an FMV video with Linkin Parks in the end, in the back.
You're not wrong. That's a little
A very
upsetting.
cool video, but
no, the first movie, like the first cut of this thing, which I did enjoy at the time because I had a Batman and a Superman on screen, and then Wonder Woman showed up and Doomsday was there. I'm like, it might not be great, but I'm having a good time with it. I can enjoy it for what it is. They eventually released the version that we're talking about today, and I'm like, oh, that movie actually makes sense. That's a much better film. So unfortunately for Joel, we had to watch a 3-hour superhero movie. He's like, these things are too long. I'm like, just you wait.
The theatrical version of this was the reason why I didn't watch any more of the DC films until Zack Snyder's Justice League was being talked about, and then I was like, this thing's like people seem to be going mental about this, like it's some radical film. Maybe I should go back and rewatch them and then actually watch that film.
Yep.
And I did, and I went back and I rewatched, and I saw this version. And I was like, "Oh shit, this is a really fucking good film."
And like, say what you will about Zack Snyder and his storytelling, because I agree there can be a lot of problems. But when he had his hands in a Wonder Woman movie, our Wonder Woman movie was phenomenal. When he didn't, he has one of the worst movies that we will talk about on this entire show. So he does have some strengths, I think. We'll see. But first, let's
worse
start.
than a film that's starring, well, that's led by The Rock.
Yes, Wonder Woman 1984 is absolutely worse than Black Adam, 100%. Black Adam's not a great movie. We're not going to have a great time watching it. We're going to have a lot of fun making fun of it, but I will still take I'll still take it over 84.
I mean, like I still find like I haven't even seen Black Adam, but I think the most amusing part of that was just the fact that The Rock then thought that he was running the DCEU at one point.
Hierarchy's
He was
gonna
like,
change.
He's like, we're gonna come in, we're gonna do this. I'm taking over now. This is my town, bitch. It's like,
Nope.
get out.
Guys, we have 10 weeks before we talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, we got some time, but yeah, still just going like, I want to do a Black Adam movie. All right, so your number one villain is Shazam. That you are the arch nemesis. I don't want to do Shazam. Superman. Like, but it's Shazam. Superman. Fuck. Okay, I guess The Rock. Let's do that then. All right, let's watch this trailer for having nothing to do with that bullshit.
3-minute trailer.
It's a long movie. What do you want?
That's normal for a trailer.
Is it the ultimate cut trailer?
I don't know. Like, this movie has a
world needs to know what
vibe.
happened.
Whether or not you're into that vibe, I
Want to
get,
know what
but
he
like,
stands for.
its tone is very
That
consistent.
kind of power.
Oh, yeah.
I also like that the muted colors that I had a problem with in the first film, they've dialed it up a little bit more. The Superman suit has a bit more pop to it in the color and everything.
Yeah. Well, because he's coming out of the darkness,
Yeah, okay.
becoming himself.
as someone who doesn't hardly read any comic books, this is based off the Frank Miller one, right?
Oh, this movie is
There's elements of Frank Miller stuff
because-
in this, yeah.
Because that's one of the few comics I've read, and it rules.
it's awesome.
So like, it's nice to see some rendition of it here.
The animated film they did, the 2-part animated film of The Dark Knight Returns, is fucking fantastic.
It is.
I also synced that out. Yeah, it's really cool.
Peter Weller as Old Man Bruce Wayne.
So
Oh my
good.
god, it's so good. His voice is so good.
I also like the Alfred here. There's something really nice about this.
Jeremy
really, like,
Irons is probably the best Alfred. I will die on that hill.
I mean,
This-
I
this-
loved Andy Serkis in the new one, but Jeremy Irons is
Yeah.
he's great.
He's in Alfred who's just like he was kind of like fed up as well.
Yeah.
He's just done with like being polite.
They don't understand.
He's just sort of resigned to everything and bitter about it.
Yeah.
But they both are. Like that's
Yeah.
where like we'll talk about Batman. Like I love Batman in this movie. I get the problems with it, but like I like
You
this
don't know
story.
this world a thing. You never did.
But yeah, the Frank Miller of it all is it's almost exhausting at points. Like, we get it. You play Dark Knight Returns. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
come from hell beneath us. They come from the sky.
20 years in Gotham. How many good guys are left?
Sorry, Dick.
How many stayed that way?
Yes.
Is it supposed to be Dick? I thought that was supposed
Zach's-
to be.
That looks like Jason's, but they say it's Dick.
Yeah. I thought it was supposed to be Jason Todd because of the staff.
That's what I thought too, but Zach said it's Dick.
And we have to destroy him.
This movie is epic. It covers
Yeah.
so much. Never should have shown one in the trailer.
Yeah, that was like.
It would have been such a real treat, you know.
Everyone would have been going, it's Catwoman.
Yeah.
The whole movie, people were like, this is Catwoman. Clearly, it's
Because they do,
Catwoman.
they set it up that it's Catwoman, like the way that she's like a thief and all that kind of stuff.
Day versus night.
But then again, this is the time when trailers were ruining everything. Isn't this around when
red
Terminator
capes
Genesis
are
came out?
coming.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The red capes are coming.
And more to what we were talking about last week, the score in this movie. Whew.
Oh yeah,
Some good music, man.
the opening music, "A Beautiful Lie," I think it's called on the
Yep.
soundtrack,
Yeah.
is just beautifully composed.
Like, I know
And
Honda's
then-
still
and then
involved
you've-
in this one. Like, Junkie doesn't fully take over to the next one, but man, you
Don't
can feel
call
the
him
shift
Junkie.
happening.
His name's Tom.
He goes by Junkie XL in this. I'm going to keep calling him Junkie XL.
Tom Holkenborg.
I mean, sure, his stage name is Junkie XL. I'm going to keep calling him Junkie XL. You roll your eyes all you want. If that's what he chose to be credited as that. I call people the name they asked to be called by, and he chose Junkie. We're sticking with Junkie.
Yeah, but he goes by Tom Holkenborg in other films.
Yeah,
So-
but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson doesn't go by Dwayne Johnson. Like nobody calls him Dwayne.
He tries to. But
I doubt his family calls him Dwayne at this point.
I doubt his family talks to him at this point.
we got plenty of rock bashing to do later on in the show. Don't worry. He shows up. He was one of the only movies I did not pull clips for John in our opening. I'm like, I don't want any of this shit in here. Like, what's he gonna do? Like, I'm not a hero. We get it. You're not a hero. Fucking
Some
chill.
bitch. Oh, wrong franchise. Sorry.
Oh, Black Adam's not great. BVS, however, so we're gonna dial it back just for a little bit, just so we can all get our context here. So essentially, Man of Steel comes out. It's a hit. It's not the massive hit they wanted it to be. They wanted to do over $1 billion. It made like $700 million. It did well. It did not do monumental. So at this point, studio's going to step in a little bit. So he wants to make Man of Steel 2. They're like, no, we need to get to Justice League because the Avengers came out and it crushed. So we need Justice League, Road to Justice League, get all the heroes on screen at one time. And they're like, well, we already tried this with George Miller and you said no for some fucking reason. And they're like, well, too bad. Now do it for you. I'm not bitter about not getting the George Miller Justice League. I swear.
Who would have been Batman in that though? Because wasn't that just after Batman and Robin had come out or something? So would we have
he was
been trying
cast.
to do it?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but the cast is out there. You can see who it was going to be.
Oh, okay. It wasn't George Clooney then.
No, it was not George Clooney. It was somebody entirely different. But either way, so we have this like, we need this movie and we need to start setting up Justice League. So we need to see the Justice League in this movie. So we need to find out who the Flash is, who Wonder Woman is, Cyborg, Aquaman, all of it. We're going to do everything. And Snyder goes, this is what I got. And the studios goes,
Do your thing, cuz.
and then they
No
watch
notes.
a cut of the movie and they go, never mind. I'm so proud of that, by the way. And then they lop a half hour out of the movie. They put that in theaters, and they go, "What'd you guys think?" People didn't like it.
Yeah, because they cut the story out. Because like, oh, Ben Affleck's Batman's amazing, but we need to cut out some stuff. Well, we can't cut out any Ben Affleck of Batman.
Nope.
But the rest of it's the story. Story's going.
It's how Lex Luthor pits Batman versus Superman on this collision course together, and the elements that the detective of Batman is trying to figure, or I'm sorry, Lois Lane is trying to figure out that goes back to Luthor. We just don't see it in that version. It's just there's these two guys who just don't like each other.
It's a really intricate plot. Like if you look at like like the plan that Lex Luthor have is very intricate. It's very complex, and the minute you start lopping bits out here, there, and everywhere randomly, the audience is going to be like, "What? Why?" Like,
there's like no Clark Kent in the theatrical cut of BVS. It's all Superman. Like there is very like him going to try to find people to talk about like his when he goes to the house to try to find that woman, and he's like, "You should get out of here. Like this is not a good place for anyone to be." That whole conversation of him starting to get the feel of people, the citizens of Gotham are afraid of Batman, even though they want Batman. They want him and they're terrified of him. That whole vibe that starts getting Superman on that whole train of like, well, this is just vigilante justice. This isn't okay. Like he's terrorizing people. We lost all of that. So why does Superman not like Batman? Because they're not supposed to like each other.
Yep.
What?
Yep.
Made no sense.
You
So
put all
I'm
that
glad
back in, and like it works so much better. Like it's such a well-made film. Like there's like everything kind of hits really well. The casting's really good. Shut up, Ryan.
I thought the casting was fine.
Really? There's not one of the characters in there that you really despise.
Oh, besides that guy, I was
yeah.
Ben Affleck. I was a little apprehensive, but he nailed it. But keep going.
But like the casting, fantastic. The music in this one is so like good. Dialed up to like another, because each character has their own distinct theme throughout as well. Like yes, the Batman theme is like sort of like very moody, sort of like slow, do like fucking fantastic. But then you get to Wonder Woman, not jumping too far ahead, and it's that the fucking it's an electric Jesus, not violin, that's the giant one.
The cello,
electric cello, I think, or something that they use for that. It is incredible,
and it
like,
just
that piece of music is so good.
Like it is unavoidable. Like as soon as you hear, it's like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, like that gets you like sort of amped up, pumped up, ready to like ride into Valhalla. Like it's just fucking incredible piece of music, and like honestly, I think it's just because of like the layers and the complexity of it. Like there is something that sets it aside from like the Marvels. It doesn't feel like it's trying to emulate them.
No,
because it is taking a more sort of like let's focus on the story. The plot, the complexity of like a villain's plan and all this kind of stuff, and like and having that all in there, it works so well.
And it's like melodramatic to a fault at points. It's very operatic at times. Like this movie has a style and a vibe that it was going for. That like you hear Zach talk about this movie now, and it's like he knows like it's divisive. We didn't make that movie for everyone. Like it's a deconstruction movie, so it's gonna be. When people want to watch their Batmans, their Supermans, this isn't necessarily gonna be what they want to watch every time. And like, you can talk about, was that a good idea? We don't know. I love this movie. I've always loved this movie. Even when the shitty version was in theaters, I'm still like, I love Henry as Superman so much. Ben Affleck, I was so against him being this part. But then you get to that scene where he goes to Lex Luthor's party. And the assistant comes up like, Mr. Wayne, do you need your help? And he just turns around and he just plays the drunk billionaire so well. I like those shoes. Like you buy that no one would believe that he's Batman because he just comes off like an asshole. Yep. And then as soon as she turns away, he's right back to Batman. Like you see, it's one of the best performances Ben Affleck has had. He's so good in it.
It's the dark and brooding, just that he can do with the look that makes him a brilliant I was like you. I was very apprehensive. Like, how is he going to play this? And he plays the the billionaire playboy perfectly. And then you get those moments when he's so stoic and you're like, Jesus Christ, he's a detective. Like, he is trying to figure this out.
He is very much that, like, you can tell Zach just gave him, like, here's the Dark Knight Returns. Here's anything Frank Miller ever wrote about Batman. Study this. This is the Batman you are.
And that's the thing there. He's playing the older, the burnt out, the sort of like the jaded Batman.
The one who's failed a lot.
He's beat Joker. And Joker's got the best of him.
The Batman who won't directly kill these criminals, but he will mark them with a bat, ensuring that they will get killed in prison.
Yeah. Yes.
And he does. And what I love as well is there's that line about we're all criminal. We're criminals.
We've always been criminals.
We've always been criminals, and it's the first sort of Batman character we've seen on screen that's sort of like pointed that out. Yeah, he is a criminal.
Yeah,
like we've seen so many iterations of Batman working with the police, but like at the end of the day, he's a vigilante. Vigilantes are criminals, and
he is the most self-aware of that, at least projecting out to other people. Like Batman's the Kyle Rittenhouse of superheroes. You know, overly privileged person who is a little too trigger happy after experiencing stuff, and I just like. He does get that character pretty well.
That one broke me.
But this movie, it strikes me, and I know the more one-to-one comparison is Justice League to the Avengers, but I think there's something to be said here for the differences of approach, right? The Avengers, like, everybody's their own character, but the story kind of flattens everything out into one movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is like 2 or 2.5 different distinct feeling movies melded together into one that still retains the characters of the different things based off of who's they're following. So Batman, it's always that dark and brooding, or at least it's evocative of different scenes of Batman. Even the last fight where he is rappelling from building to building, trying not to get obliterated by stuff.
He's like, I'm so out of my element.
Yeah. Also, like, this is so indescribably Batman looking, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
What I like as well is
that shot with the lightning, like the pure Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
The storyline of this as well is like it's all these individual characters on a collision course to meet at the end. Like like what Joel said with the Avengers films, it's like they meet and then they're just together, and it's just all one thing. These are two or three separate story threads that are just like they're weaving their way like independent of each other towards meeting. And I will say something about it. I think I've said it before, maybe not on this podcast, but on another one probably. I have a theory on casting of Batman. When someone is cast as Batman and people are like, oh, that's gonna be shit, it's gonna be a good Batman.
Yeah.
When someone is cast as Batman and they go, oh, that's a really good idea, it's gonna be shit. Look at the people who were cast as Batman and people hate it. Michael Keaton. People were burning effigies of Michael Keaton when he was announced as like Batman. Fucking fantastic. Ben Affleck, people hated it. He was fantastic. Robert Pattinson, people hated it. He was fantastic. Do you know who people loved? They were like, oh, that's the perfect casting ever. George Clooney.
Yeah. So Batman for me is...
What about
poor Val Kilmer?
I was going to say...
I don't know what people's thoughts on Val Kilmer were, like pre-casting. I do know this about Val Kilmer. He said the best thing about shooting Batman was on the weekends when he was prepping for Heat.
Yes. Yeah. So for me, Batman is my favorite. He is bar none my favorite superhero because of the fact that he is human and he just relies on his money and his brilliance. He just has armor. It's not like either way, but
plot armor.
Right. That's made in the suit. But his rogue gallery is so in depth. And this was a movie that when, he's sitting there talking to Alfred, like, we've been doing this for 2 years. I'm like, I want to see those 2 years, damn it.
Well,
give me
like
those
20
years.
20 years.
I think we're going to say it was 20.
Yeah.
Give me those 20 years.
He's too old to have been doing it 2 years.
Yeah.
But I agree with what you're saying, Ryan, and that's why I'm always going to be upset we didn't get that Ben Affleck directed Batman movie. That was supposed to be like the Arkham Asylum movie. That sounded like it was going to be really fucking cool.
Right.
That was the Batman as well, wasn't it? That was the one that was using the title of the Batman.
Yep. And then it all went away, which I'm never going to fully understand why. It's always going to bother me, but whatever. But I agree with what you're saying. But
like-
at the same time, people have also been saying we're tired of the Batman story. Like, we've seen Batman time and time again. This was a version of Batman we had never seen.
That's
if
true.
you've read the Frank Miller comics, you were familiar with it. But when it comes to the movies, we'd never seen this before. So then they get a whole bunch of shit because they do the killing of the parents again, which is the most comic accurate, most compelling, and probably the most upsetting version of the parents killing I've seen. Like,
Except it didn't come out of the Monarch.
for sure, it came out of Mask of Zorro, didn't it?
No, they came out of some theater, but it's not the Monarch.
Excalibur was
Oh,
the
Excalibur, yeah.
They use that shot several times where he's holding the gun up to his mom and pull the trigger, breaking the pearl necklace. It's and there's a reason why they reuse it because it's fantastic.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Also, this is not something that probably any of you will even know just because you're not as into like firearms as like an interest in that as I am. They shot that with live ammo because you can see the shell casing that comes out of the gun. That's a real shell case. That's not crimped blank shell casing. So they did it to be as accurate as the drawings in the comics were.
Yep.
By doing that they will do that on a closed set somewhere where they can fire live ammunition because that was not a blank, and you can even see the realistic like force of the recoil that gun is like throwing back. Like
you can
who goes to that level of detail?
You can see the slide break the string, but to Ryan's point, what makes this a unique Batman story is it's not a Batman story. You have the Batman character thrown into Superman's world.
Yeah.
And you get all the context you need as to why he does not like Superman.
Yeah.
He was at ground zero.
He was at ground, and like that opening sequence, as we kind of talked a little bit about last week, where you're on the ground level while these two gods are literally, how Alfred says it, like throw lightning bolts at each other, and and it feels like that. Like Batman is trying desperately to save Jack.
Yeah,
our favorite guy, Jack.
Is that like a reference to a comic book that went missing or something?
No idea.
They say Lucius Fox, but they say Lucius Fox later on.
But yeah, I was like, there are characters we could have put in there that we knew, but whatever, fine.
Yeah.
That could have been Dick Grayson. Like honestly, that could have been adult Dick Grayson, who is no longer Robin. He's like Nightwing and everything, and he's now just like to earn money. He works in Gotham, like, and that would have actually given us some context. Like, but they something random. I mean, I guess Jack is a better name to yell than Dick because it just sounds like it's just Dick.
But honestly, like
all right, calm down.
There's a world where they could have made this a bigger movie, and that could have been Alfred. And then we could have had Carrie have to step up and have Carrie be like his right-hand person. This very much like the Dark Knight Returns. Like there's things they could have done. They didn't go that way. That's fine.
I'm glad they didn't though, because we wouldn't have had Jeremy Irons as Alfred. And Jeremy Irons as Alfred is fucking fantastic.
Phenomenal.
He's so good.
The flip side of this with the introduction of Ben Affleck in this scene is to show the helplessness that he has. Him being a superhero and not being able to do a thing to prevent this world from crumbling around him is so like he still has that brave face, but he's running scared, and I think that's perfect.
Well, running scared, but also running directly into the danger because he is still Batman. Yeah.
He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what's going to happen around him.
That little notion, though, he says something like, you're not brave. Men are brave. That visualizes that a little bit. I also, yes, it's a little workmanlike to the person that they're showing the sacrificial lamb, but that's all it needs to be for me. Yeah. It did just fine.
But then for me I'm gonna take it back a notch. I'm gonna go for the character that I like the least in this movie and the one that kind of takes me out of it from time to time. I think it's a perfectly well written character and it is performed as well as it possibly could. But Holly Hunter's character drives me nuts.
Yeah, I love her.
She drives me nuts because she's too real in this comic book movie. She is a bullshit politician who doesn't know what the fuck she's doing and is like, I'm going to get us in a room and talk and that's going to solve these problems. Like, you are so out of your depth. Just stay out of the way. And she's like, no, I can fix this with policy. And it's like, get the fuck out of here. But and I get that character needs to exist, but it drives me nuts.
Here's my thing is with her, every interaction that she has with Lex Luthor, which I'm sure we'll talk about later in my either way.
That was my favorite bit about when Brian said about like his least favorite character. Ryan perked up a bit. He's like, "Oh, we're going to talk about Lex."
To me, she does what she can. She's very straight laced. She listens, and I appreciate that because that's what politicians do. But then
supposed
when
to
she
do.
goes, supposed to. But then when she goes against Luther, you know, she goes at it brave and excited. But then when the hearing happens and she sees grandmother's peach tea and she says, drink piss or whatever,
Yeah.
she's scared. And you see it in her eyes. The way she stumbles, she knows that it's over. And I think that moment in and of itself makes dividends for the rest of her performance.
I think she's great.
It's the character.
I just think the character, it just doesn't fit the movie. Like
I can see that.
It's one of those, like, it felt like we needed to turn wheels for a little bit while Batman and Superman do their thing.
Play the politics with.
Yeah.
I think part of I think she's a good actress. I think the character was well done. Yeah. I think the problem is that as her character, she's a well-meaning politician that knows that she's out of her depth.
And going against
she's putting on a tough face in a lot of these interactions with Lex and even some of the grandstanding in the hearings. And I would feel a little better about it is if she had a malicious streak to her, or like I'm in control here and you're just the.
If she had a goal, she doesn't really have a goal.
Yeah,
she doesn't want to get rid of Superman. She constantly, I don't want to get rid of Superman. I'm just saying that we need to figure out what to do about Superman. Like, that's not a goal. Like, if she had like a Maxwell Lord or like even Lex Luthor, like, no superheroes, they need to be fully regulated because like they are just vigilantes and we're just at their whim. Something. She doesn't have any of that. She just wants to have the conversation to start figuring it out.
She wants to be the voice, like, because she's against Superman, but she's not against Superman. So
exactly.
It's to drive the story, and that's unfortunate. That's the plot in the theatrical.
She's a perfect politician. She says nothing with a lot of words.
Right.
Yes.
I was literally going to say that she's just a politician who's wanting to progress her own career by seeming relevant.
And to me, it's one of the storylines that with the extended, those Lex Luthor plots really bring about more of her character to try to take it straight lace. Whereas in the movie, it just looks like she's a flip floppy senator.
It's like they're trying. What I think they're trying to do here, and I could be wrong, but what I think they're trying to do is they're trying to do that. The show Gotham did this really well, but it's also in some of the books of the Batman story of like how Gotham used to be run by mobsters, not these big crazy criminals like the Falcones. I'm blanking on other names now.
Maroni.
Thank you. Yeah, the Falcones and Maronis, and then eventually they get murdered and replaced with these crazy comic book villains, and the shift happens from grounded reality to comic book reality.
Right.
And I think she was supposed to emulate that. Like, no, this is all tangible. This is a standard politician thing that we can solve as humans. And whoop, not anymore. And I think she's supposed to symbolize that. I just don't think it fully lands for me.
That works.
Makes sense.
I mean, I've seen this film a bunch of times. I've never gotten that from it, so I don't think it does land. Like,
yeah.
Because the fact that like we've seen it that many times, like, and you mentioning that is the only time that's ever crossed my mind. But it makes sense.
I think.
But again, she's such like a sort of like a tertiary level character. Do we need more detail on that? Probably not. But it is something that it doesn't work perfectly well.
No. And I'm not like, Holly's amazing. She's amazing in everything she's been in. So like I'm not taking shots at that. I just don't think that for me that's the one thing that's not fully fleshed out enough, even in the Ultimate Edition. Even though she's better.
Yeah. Giving her a little bit more conviction when standing up to Lex to make it play out the way it does in the hearing room would have been a little bit more. Yeah. Instead of going as, undertone like Joel said, just kind of
it was almost like she's walking in there warily. Right.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So let's talk about things that I think do work. And that is we're gonna have a fight with Ryan. I think Lex Luthor works.
Nope.
But I want to hear why he says he doesn't.
What is Jesse Eisenberg trying to do with this portrayal? Is he eccentric? Is he a psychopath? Is he a sociopath? Is he crazy? Is he really a genius? But, you can make the argument that all those things can fit in one box. He doesn't play that, though. He plays each thing every different time he's on screen. He plays an eccentric. He plays a crazy person. He plays a sociopath. He plays a psychopath. He doesn't play a rounded character, in my opinion, where it all comes together.
Well, he's manipulating people, though. He plays a different version of himself with different people. So, like, the not Holly Hunter senator who he feeds the Jolly Rancher to, he plays a
wildly different.
Yeah, he plays it differently than when he's with the Holly Hunter senator.
Matt, that kind of makes sense because you're gonna.
He's manipulating people into a position by by having a different persona around.
Playing a different character. Okay. Okay.
He plays to his audience every time. The only time we see Lex as Lex is either when he's with Superman or by himself in the ship.
When he's in prison. I think when he's in prison.
Well, then he's just done at that point because he's lost.
Yeah.
He has to wait for the next move. But yeah, like we don't really see him be Lex Luthor because he isn't throughout the majority of the movie. He's putting on a show for people.
Okay, that's something I can marinate on.
But that for me is why he works, because he has this big plan that people like the internet used to be really mad about, and then I think they kind of realized that the argument used to be because these came out at the same time as Civil War. It's like, well, the plot makes sense in Civil War and it doesn't Batman Superman. It's like they are same level bullshit. Like the exact same level of like, I'm just hoping that this shit works out, and then I'm gonna put some random things out there and hope the right guy shows up at the right time and the dominoes fall. They both do that. And I think my biggest problem with Lex in this movie is that this movie, I feel like they started from the plan of this is what Lex Luthor is going to do to pit Batman versus Superman. He's going to manipulate Batman into feeling really mad at Superman. He's going to manipulate Superman into thinking that he can't do his job. Like he has all these things. He's going to keep manipulating them until they get there. And after they planned all that out, they started figuring out how they're going to try to hide it from the audience. And I think they did a little too much to where at times it feels like the plot still makes sense and his thread still makes sense of like, I'm going to do this huge attack in this African country and we're going to make it look like Superman killed everybody to save Lois Lane, because he would do that. He would do anything to save Lois Lane. And he's like, but I didn't kill those people. And they don't let him fully answer himself there, because if they did, they'll start unraveling and then that'll come apart. So like that's where like, I can see the strings a little too much.
It makes sense, and especially with, again, going back to what Matt, albeit to Matt to kind of sway me here, but like the fact that he's playing this crazy person, he wants to let that guard down to think that she has more power over him when he really has the power.
Yeah.
And I understand that. I guess now that I'm kind of looking at it, but what you said is this movie had a great layered plot twist. Try to get these two guys to come together. I think it's just so misconstrued. Like you really have to pay attention. And when you really have to pay attention to a 3-hour movie, it gets taxing. Like I literally watched this movie in segments because that's what I had time to do. And I had to remind myself and even go back like, okay, what string are we on? And that's unfortunate, because I think that's why that plot got taken out.
Yes.
Is because it's so layered, but it makes sense. I mean, there's some bigger questions that I have that left unopened, but we can talk about those at the end. Like, why do we have Steppenwolf at the end? How does he know that Bruce Wayne is Batman? Like, but I guess he does his research. But to make Lex Luthor be the genius and have that layered plot, I really like that. Like, that was a really layered plot.
Well, Lex is manipulating Batman, manipulating Bruce Wayne into following. I genuinely think how does he know that Bruce Wayne is Batman? Because he's chummed the water with certain things, put it out there, and Bruce Wayne showed up at his party, and Bruce Wayne has gone into his server room, and Bruce Wayne has downloaded other things, and then he's played. I think he knew that Bruce Wayne was doing all that, because all the information that he gets, that's information he wants him to have.
Yep.
He wants all of this information to get into Bruce Wayne's hands. And he's probably looking at CCTV of Bruce Wayne in the server and going, "Oh, look at that! Bruce Wayne's Batman."
Oh no, he has his lady who he blows up. She does the fire.
And then later on in the movie, when Bruce Wayne or Batman goes nuts and goes and steals the kryptonite, Lex is just like, "Oh, good.
Oh, yeah, that's gone.
Yeah,
that worked." It's like he just constantly has that got him. Like he knows what he's doing the whole way through.
I love when a plan comes together.
But it has that. This movie feels like we come into this movie late.
Yeah.
Like we come to this movie and the plot is already very much turning, and it's like Lex has been working at this for a while.
What was that film that we watched? As part, I think it was part of the series. Basically, it's you get to the by the start of the film. Oh, it's Halloween 3. By the start of the film, it's over.
Yeah.
The bad guy has won already.
Yes.
And I think that we come in at the plot at this point where basically Lex's plan is already set in motion. Is always going, and his plan is already just it's on its way to being successful.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key thing to this really, when you start thinking about well, how did he know that? How did he know? Because we haven't seen the stuff that's been going on beforehand. We haven't seen all the planning, because who wants to see that really? It's the old argument of like, well, editing, you edit out the boring stuff and only include the stuff that like is actually interesting or moves the plot along. That's why, like you have films like Lawrence of Arabia where the guy starts off in London, like the whole thing where he blows the match out and then immediately you're in the Saharan desert or the Arabian desert. And it's like, yeah, you don't need to see him getting on a plane, getting to, like you just infer from that cut, oh, he's now there.
Yeah,
and it's just like, and that's the way that film should work. It shouldn't.
You know what they also cut out from this film that I'm glad that they kind of did, because it was a waste of time and a waste of a character? Murdering CIA agent Jimmy Olsen. What a waste! What a waste!
Like I am all for defending these movies tooth and nail. I can't defend the Jimmy Olsen thing. Like that one.
Yeah.
Like to me, Jimmy Olsen should have been. If we're gonna include him in these movies, he either not in the movie or they should have replaced that. The guy from Man of Steel. He's in this one for like 2 seconds. That Lois leaks the story to.
Yeah.
Like if they made that guy Jimmy Olsen, like that would have worked for me.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, okay, it's a different take on him, but it still feels very Jimmy. Like if they made that.
I kind of feel like that Zack Snyder just didn't like Jimmy Olsen as a character. And was like, I'm gonna fucking kill him.
I'm gonna make him be a CIA agent and blow his head off.
Jimmy Olsen just doesn't really fit in this version of Superman.
No.
So it's like you watch the new one and that guy is great. Like I loved that Jimmy Olsen. He was a ton of fun. But it just
he fits in that film. But Jimmy Olsen as a character has always been kind of goofy and like going for this like super serious stuff. Like they go like. The journalistic side of the storyline is very much like Woodward and Bernstein, All the President's Men. Like it's very kind of like grounded reality of like investigative journalism. You've got Lois going off like I need to go to Washington. I need to check this thing out, and he's like, oh, go on then. Like okay, I'll let you go. Like and then you have the other side of it where he's sending Clark off to cover the sports in Gotham, and then he's not doing that. He's going into the crime thing, and it's like, no, do your fucking job. I didn't send you over there to cover crime. I sent you over there to cover the sports. Do your fucking job. And it like, I kind of like
tell
that.
Superman what to do.
Yeah.
I liked all the journalism side of things. I liked in that Jimmy Olsen section how you feel like she's in control and then you just pull it away. It's like, not only are you dealing with these terrorist outfit groups, but also, your own government was using it as a pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I like about that as well is you look at it initially and you're like, why is this mercenary like going through the guy's camera? Like, how does he know there's something in there? It's like, well, he works for Lex. It's part of the plan. Like, 100%. Lex has told him, oh, this guy's going to be a CIA guy. You need to blow his cover, blah, blah. Lex's
biggest flaw in his plan was hiring that guy because he stands out like a sore thumb wherever he is. Yeah, it's just like, well, there's a villain.
Scar on his face, bit of a weird eye thing going on. Definitely a villain.
Got him. Tattooed hands, slick back hair.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, no, he's just waxing the floor. Like, get the fuck out of here. That was his biggest flaw.
Waxing the floor.
Why is there a Russian mobster waxing the floor?
That's why Lois is like, do I know you? Oh shit, I do know you. This is a problem.
I didn't quite get the every time we say goodbye thing. I didn't think it looped in that well. But
wait, what part is that? What did I miss there?
Don't they like whistle every time we say goodbye? I die a little.
Oh yeah, no, that didn't work for me.
As evidenced by you not remembering.
Not even remember, and I've seen this movie like 15 times, if not more.
I mean, I don't even remember it, to be honest. Like, maybe
I don't think I hallucinated that.
Maybe you did. But let's talk a little bit about the comic booky nonsense of this movie, because much like Man of Steel, I think people kind of forget. We didn't talk about this last week, but Man of Steel does go comic book bananas crazy in the third act. Like that, the Superman action we did talk a little bit about is just completely off the walls. This one does the same. This is some of the most bananas comic book action in a movie I can think of beyond the Snyder Cut a few movies down from now. Just the fight between Batman and Superman is one of my favorite one-on-one fights, I think, in any comic book movie. Like, it's awesome. Like, it takes a while to get there, but once it does, when he's standing by the site in that very Frank Miller tank armor with the very comic accurate glowing blue eyes, it's like, oh fuck, this is gonna be cool. And then they fight, and it's like, wow, Batman, he is picking a fight, he can't win. And then you start seeing like the Batman of it all. I was like, oh shit, this is exactly what I wanted to see in a fight like this.
And it does a really good job of like pointing out the fact that Superman doesn't want to fight. He's trying to talk to Bruce, and he's literally just like nudging him, and he goes flying.
Yeah,
like he goes literally flying like in that suit, and then you see later on it's like there's a literal handprint in the armor, and and he's not even hit him hard. I do like the bit as well where he's like he's dosed him with the kryptonite at one point, and he's punching him, like you can see like the head sort of like snapping, then it slowly starts to like not snap as much, and then it just kind of like stops.
And he's still like, and just that look of like, oh shit, no, it wore off.
He just keeps.
And then he just goes.
Well, I just like when he's punching and all of a sudden you hear tink, tink, tink.
Yeah.
Tink.
But I like
it's
that.
really done well. Like I love that. Like just the whole way that the shots are composed well. It's very comic booky. Like the way it's all framed, everything's very comic book. And that's the sequence as well where you've got Ace Chemicals in the background, and it feels very Gotham. Like it's just like the neon in the background, but like the sort of gothic architecture and where they're fighting as well. Like it's got that sort of neo-gothic look that like especially in the Frank Miller artwork, like it's so like you literally go through like Dark Knight Returns. I'm sure you like the actual comic. You can be like, oh yeah, there's a frame from there. So,
yep.
Oh, there's one there. Yeah. like throughout this film.
But like you have that, they shoot it in such a way, and like they've been kind of training you as an audience member so far, that when it gets to this fight sequence, like you see that Batman's a human and he just got punched through a building, like 6 stories up. Like he went the wrong way through a building, just up and out. And they've done enough groundwork where you believe he's going to be fine at the end of it. You believe that this Batman that we've been following can create armor that can withstand at least this a few times. Eventually he will be putty inside of that bat suit, but like he's prepared to get hit like this. So like, and he's done it enough to where like, you have that opening of the fight where you use the sound and then the bullets and all this stuff to like really kind of like keep him on like a little bit off his game, so that when he gets up there, he's like, oh, I can handle anything you throw at me. And then he hits him with the kryptonite gas. And it's like, I've been lulling you into this. I can beat the crap out of you. And then, oh no, like it's such a good reveal of like my turn. Bam. Like it's
because what I like about that as well is it's the slow build up. Like he's weakening him with the sound waves, then the machine guns, and then everything. And it's like you said, it's lulling Superman into like this false sense of like, oh, he's just got a bunch of toys and gadgets that can like disorientate me a little bit, and like, you know, but I can just very easily like dispatch them. And then all of a sudden there's the kryptonite gas. It's like, oh my god, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
and it's like,
oh, you came to play. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most honest portrayals of a comic book fight between those two that could happen.
Yeah.
So, you know, me being the game guy, Injustice Gods Among Us. It's a video game where it's just DC comic book characters pummeling each other. And their logic is basically, oh, there's some sort of serum or something that gives everybody Superman level powers. Batman here knows it's one bank shot that he gets to have at a chance of winning. Otherwise, he's not dead, but he's done. So
I mean, Batman's main defense in this fight is that he knows that Superman doesn't want to kill him.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
So, and that's his, because if Superman wants to kill him, it just as we've seen, he just does that and he goes flying. If he just flicks his head goes off.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Superman even tells him as such. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. Like, I know a lot of people had a problem with that line, but I'm like,
but it's
that
true.
is Superman saying, "Chill out, little Batman." Like,
yeah.
If I want to hurt you, I can. And Batman's like, mad dog. Like, no.
You know,
let me at him.
The realization when he gets the spear, you know, and everyone's like, oh, the hokiness of the line. You know, it is what it is. I never put the connection together until that movie that both of these guys' moms are named Martha.
Yeah.
Never put that together.
I think we talked about this the last time we recorded as well. Like, and I was saying, because everyone always had a problem with it. It's like, yeah, but, and then people blaming Zack Snyder. It's like, yeah, but Zack Snyder didn't name the characters Martha. They were done that in the comics. Like, this is been their names since like Gee,
But the
let's be generous and say the 1950s.
The dumbasses who are sitting here and have a problem with the line Martha miss the complete fact that now Batman, Bruce Wayne, can save Martha.
Yeah.
That is a deep emotional and character arc. The fact that this guy can save another mom named Martha. It might not be his, but he is saving a mom named Martha.
And it's also his memory of like the last thing his dad said was Martha as well. And it's that he is now the monster who killed his parents. Like that's what Batman is seeing in that moment. He is the monster that killed his parents.
But there's that, and then there's also, we've spent this entire movie where, I don't remember the exact line, but like Batman basically says, if there's even a 1% chance he wants to he'll turn his back on the world, we have to take that as an absolute certainty. And it's like, in Batman's mind, from the very beginning of this thing, Superman is an evil alien from space who could destroy the planet. At that moment, he's human. And Batman doesn't want to kill humans. He might be doing it right now because he's in a very dark place and he needs some help. But as soon as that moment happens, like, fuck, this guy has a mom. Like, he's just a dude. Like, and that moment just breaks through and it knocks him out of it, which is like...
And it's also like Superman basically is like, at that point, he's like, you're going to kill me, fine, but please save my mum. Like, please do not let her die as well.
That would have been better if he said my mom.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I agree with the thrust and the requirement for the story to have that moment where it humanizes for Batman. Sorry, it didn't work for me.
No, I mean, but it's,
I like the Martha line.
Most people agree with you. I'm just saying that I think for like what they're going for, I think it mostly works. And because you give Lois that moment of it's his mother's name, like because he just had the absolute shit kicked out of him and took 2 full huffs of kryptonite poisoning. He's not at 100%. So she comes in with it's his mother's name. Chill.
And not only is it like he had the huffs of the kryptonite poison, that spear is right near him, and we know that all it has to do is go near him, and it affects his powers. As we see later on when he takes off to fly with it, he's struggling to just keep upright holding the damn thing just because of like the effect it's having.
I agree. He should have said my mom. I do agree. I'm just saying that like.
This is a semantic argument in some ways because it's not enough of a problem for me to be like, oh, this is a terrible movie. It was one of those twinge moments of just like, this is just asking me to do a little bit too much leaping in. No, it's not. It is not a perfectly executed sequence at all. I don't think it deserved the piss and vinegar it's been getting. No, but it's very funny, all the memes and jokes that come out.
I originally was against the whole Martha thing. Like I thought cheap ploy, blah 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 blah. But then I'm like, wait, Batman has the opportunity to save a Martha. You know, he's not a young kid anymore, and he can go through and he has the ability now. So to me, that as an adult, I'm looking at it different. But I was very much like you, John. Like, this is so stupid.
All right, so let's talk about the grand finale of this all.
The Cave Troll.
Doomsday. Is a
Cave Troll.
No. We're skipping ahead. Warehouse fight first.
Oh yeah, we gotta talk warehouse fight.
Warehouse fight happens at the same time, doesn't it?
No, because Batman fights the Cave Troll. They all fight.
Yeah.
The beginning of the Doomsday fight, Doomsday versus Superman, happens at the same time as the warehouse. But then when all three of them show up, that's where I was just going to jump to. But yeah, warehouse fight. Holy shit! Like
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you don't.
Somebody was playing Arkham Asylum.
Yes. Here's the thing. The training sequence and that fight really shows that Ben Affleck is Batman.
Yeah.
100%.
Like that sequence there, like. Man alive, like that is just the most like raw, perfect Batman fight I could possibly imagine. I don't think we'll ever get anything better, and like that's including the Robert Pattinson, which I think does a very good job with Batman action. But man, just like him getting stabbed, shouting, taking it out, putting take your knife back.
Yeah, like literally like grabs the guy, puts it on, and then like sticks him to the wall with his own knife.
I'm even okay with like the breaking of the bones because like that happens. Like Batman is not afraid to break bones to encourage like interrogation.
It goes back. That goes back to the Dark Knight Returns, where like the first time he comes back and he jumps on the guy, and there's that police officer. I can't remember the exact thing he says to him. He says something along the lines of, "You just paralyzed that man." And it's like, and it's basically Batman's response is just, He's young. He'll walk again.
But like shooting the grapnel at the guy and then grabbing
and then pulling him through and then punching him like that.
Yeah.
That's a fucking Arkham Asylum move.
And then throwing a crate box at a dude, and dude clearly dead, like brain matter exposed.
he's just sleeping. He's just taking a nap.
I like the grenade though, where the guy pulls the pin out the grenade and he kicks the guy into him and then he drops the grenade. And it's that's the thing, like people say Batman doesn't kill, blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, he doesn't kill directly, but he doesn't have to save you. It's like it's literally the line from the end of Batman Begins. I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. Bye.
Yeah. And that's and that was my biggest thing is this Batman is much more violent, especially in the extended cut because it's rated R and we see a lot more blood. But I think about Billy Madison when the guy gets hit with the crate. You hit that guy. You should have been standing there.
Yeah.
But it is also that thing of like it's a bullshit argument. Like Batman doesn't kill people. Really, the people that he's hit 52 times in the head, they're just knocked out. They're not going to be brain dead or have like severe brain damage. Or
I'm not going to slur their words after this.
They're not going to eat every one of their meals through a straw for the rest of their life.
And even one of the better stories is when Batman kills somebody. Doesn't he kill the Joker in one of the stories? Like.
He doesn't actually kill him in The Dark Knight Returns as well. That's the funny thing.
In Batman Catwoman, like with the chronological ending of the Joker, Catwoman kills the Joker. But it's like she has to wait for Batman to die of natural causes. Then once he kicks the bucket, very old Catwoman's like, finally, I can go kill this fucker. It's like it's part of her grieving process to go shoot him in the face. But you should if you've never read Batman Catwoman, I highly recommend. It's a great fucking story written by Tom King, the guy who's written the upcoming Superman. Anyhow, the thing that I really like in like that whole Batman sequence, for me, beyond the amazing action of all of it, is how it still feels very Frank Miller. Like we still have that like I think it's straight out of Dark Knight Returns, isn't it? The whole like, I'll kill her, I believe you. Bam! Like, like shit, man. Like, I guess
I think it is one of the Frank Miller like the bits where he's come back as Batman. I think it's maybe partway through.
I thought so, but I could be. It feels like a very Frank Miller part. And then even like I remember the frame of them like, where is he? He's gonna come through that door, and then he comes through the wall. And it's like that. I remember that frame from I don't remember which Frank Miller one it was, but that's very much again a Frank Miller moment. But
I love as well when he's like, I was on the thing with Alfred. It's like, there's many heat sources on the 3rd floor. Why don't I drop you off at the 2nd? And he comes up through the ground because how many times have we seen it as well where Batman comes down through the roof? Yeah, the fact that he blows the floor out and just goes up. And then everyone's busy shooting down into the hole, and he's above them already. It's so good.
He's shooting disruptor things on their guns so they don't fire. Like, excellent.
Well, I don't even think they're disruptor things. I think they're like miniature explosives because he then like sets them all off, and they all like basically blow all the weapons in half.
Right.
Like it brings me so much joy. Just like this perfect Batman action sequence.
Yeah. But the music in that is so good as well. The music in that whole sequence is incredible.
Like that sequence to me is enough where like when people say they hate this movie, I'm like, you can't just hate this movie through and through. Like I get not liking parts of it. Totally get it. I disagree with it, but I get it. But you cannot tell me this is just a terrible movie because when the movie hits its peaks, it hits them. Like it nails it. But
I remember as well people even like saying like, like this the ears being so short in the bat suit, but it's like again that's the Frank Miller thing. But it also it looks incredible in that the end of that fight sequence where he sends someone, he's like he walks back up to the guy who he's stabbed against the wall, and it's just like this in the shadow with like it's just the outline with the ears, and he's just like looking like really. You just see his all you can see is the shadow and his mouth, and he just looks like fucking angry as well.
It matches his frame. Yeah. I mean that's the whole thing. That's what works in the Frank Miller comic too, is that it matches the frame. If he was some wiry small guy with little things, it'd be like, little devil horns.
And that's what Jackson is. He's got the long ones. He's got the long ones on top. It works.
It depends on the world, and it works for this world.
Yeah, and Keaton had the really long ones because he wasn't like a built.
You had to make him tall.
Built guy.
Like, so short. Gotta heighten him up. But if we're talking about things that I think of this feel like pure comic book, they nailed it. The Doomsday fight to me, it is perfect Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman fighting together. Like that is exactly what I want to see. It's awesome.
Doomsday. I saw a cave troll.
The first beginning of it, I agree with you. By the end of the movie, he looks like Doomsday.
He does.
Like
he does.
The initial cave troll goes away when he starts having the crystals come out of him, and he looks like Doomsday.
To the mythology, I like that when he experiences a surge of energy or something around him, that's when he grows stronger, becomes immune to things, and he just keeps growing.
Yeah, it's like an evolution thing. It's like I've been charged up to this point, so now I've got to like get rid of this energy by causing the explosion or whatever. But then also like my mass has increased, and I need to spread it out more.
Yeah,
it's like the show Superman and Lois took note of that with their portrayal of Doomsday, which they nailed. But it's because anytime that Doomsday was attacked or affected, he just grew powerful and grew invincible against that object.
And this one, they do similar things. It's not perfect, but but for me, it's not really even the question of whether or not like the Doomsday is perfect. For me, I just want to see Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman fighting together because we don't really get that again in the DCEU. You get a little bit in the Snyder cut and a very little bit in the Justice cut, but like I want that that trinity of characters is some of my favorite stuff ever. Sorry, this reflection on my desk is killing me.
What I love about that fight as well is it's not like I think I've talked about this about Avengers films before. It's like in the Avengers, like you could take out a bunch of the Avengers and it wouldn't make a difference, like in the grand scheme of the actual fighting. Whereas in this one, and then like again when we get to Zack Snyder's Justice League, I can't speak to the Justice League because I've not actually seen it.
You're gonna hate it so much.
Probably. But each one of those characters in that moment, like so Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman, they all play a role in defeating Doomsday. You've got Wonder Woman has the lasso, she's holding him in place. Batman then hits him with the kryptonite to weaken him, and then Superman drives the stake through. You can't. There's like none of those can be removed from that scenario where, and then the victories still happen. In like Avengers and so like you could take out a bunch of the Avengers and be like, hey, it still works. It's fine. It's just
people had to fight a few more punchable army. Like, by having it just be the three of them versus just the one Doomsday, it made it a different fight than we'd seen in most comic book movies at this point.
Yeah.
And like we can speak to like whether or not it was too cartoony at points. Like obviously, like when they cast Gal Gadot, she had not beefed up like she is more when she's in the next Wonder Woman movie, so she's still very model-esque and thin. So when the CGI version of her jumps up and she's super ripped, it's like, okay, that's not the same gal I just saw a second ago, but like, yeah, it's fine. It's still Wonder Woman.
I think she's fucking great though, because
she is.
She's playing like if you look at like the way that she's fighting everything, she's just having fun at this. Like there's a bit where she gets well, no, like towards the end she gets thrown into like the ground or something, and she just looks up and goes. And then just goes back at him with the sword and everything.
I think it's around the time she lops the hand off. Like you start seeing like she's like, we can't win this. Mm-hmm. Like you start seeing it just like she doesn't say it out loud. None of them do, but you start feeling that shift of like, this is not a winnable fight.
Yeah.
And it's not until that's I think why I like it so much, because they don't have a relationship right now. Batman and Wonder Woman have a very almost flirtatious kind of nothing thing. Mm-hmm. Superman is not aware of her at all. She's not really aware of like she's figured out who Batman is, but like they don't have a team like workflow yet. But they're all so good at what they do that they immediately fall into it. Like, and I wanted to see that relationship grow from there, and we never got to because whatever. But it was still cool seeing it in this one bit, like exactly what you're saying, like where they all had their jobs. She lassos him, hits him with the gas, then hits him with the spear. It's like this is teamwork, and it's cool to see. Like it was.
And they played their function. It's believable.
Yeah.
How they would interplay with each other. And
Batman spends most of his time running away because
what's he gonna do to Doomsday?
Yeah, exactly.
His whole thing of the joke is like, oh well, this person versus Batman with 30 seconds of prep time.
Yeah.
You know, it falls to that. It's like, no, he's not being a mastermind genius. He's falling to the side, letting the action play out and waiting to pick his spot.
And then he does, and he nails the one spot he was supposed to get. Like you have that moment where he's like way off in the side, hits him with a gas canister, and like they cut to him, he's like, gotcha. It's like Well, you have, like if you're Doomsday, you're like, I knew I shouldn't have let that ant live. Damn it!
It's. I mean, it all works out. Again, this is just me. You know, if you're gonna sit here and have Kryptonite have as big of effect on Superman as it is, I get that you have to use the spear to kill him, but like Superman dives down to go down and get the spear and nearly drowns, and yet he can still fly with it.
He struggles to fly.
I had a harder time doing the jump between him going to find Lois, save her in the water, and then realize that's exactly what she was doing.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, Lois,
again, it's small stuff. You know, it's not impactful to me.
It's one of those, like, I don't know why they felt they needed to insert Lois in the final action sequence here. She doesn't really fit, but it's like, all right, she has to have a job. She's going to go get the spear that she threw away.
Yeah.
Because she knows that this will defeat Doomsday.
Right.
Comic book. Like, I can let this stuff go. Like, it's small potatoes when everything else is working as well as it is.
Yep.
And then the movie ends. Like it pretty much just like he dies, and like, oh, yeah, Superman's definitely going to stay dead. I believe this.
we talked about it last. This movie does take bold swings, and to kill Superman in your second movie of your expanded universe is a swing.
It's definitely a swing.
But I think that's the problem with like the accelerated timeline that they were forced on, because they were going to have Man of Steel 2, a Batman film,
and then
the Batman v Superman, and like you've built up the point to where the death of Superman, like, actually you could believe. Oh, it's not just the emotional part as well. You might be like, oh shit, is that how Superman's leaving the story? Because it's the second film. You're like, well, I know he's coming back.
It'd be like doing the Thanos snap in the first Avengers movie. There's no
exactly.
space, there's no heft to it. Yeah, like, sure, plot armor, a lot of people are going to be saved, but
but you also know that it's going to be on
characters for long enough to get that emotional heft to it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
we all
you also know it's
back.
not going to last.
Yeah, we all know he's coming back in the next movie. Like, everyone knows from the second that he gets the hole punched in his chest. It's like, one, most of us have read Death of Superman. We know he's coming back. We know about the mullet. We know about the black suit. We know about all this stuff. But two, it's like, as soon as Doomsday shows up, if you know your comics, like, well, Superman's going to die. Like, that's where this is going. Like, you're watching this whole scene almost waiting for him to die. Like, if he had survived, it almost would have felt weird to include Doomsday in the begin with. Like,
the moment they said Doomsday, you know it's the end.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, that's where this is going. Like, I like that they showed, like, we're going to get him out of the atmosphere. Like, I'm just going to chuck him off the planet, and then the stupid humans are like, he's out of range, let's nuke him. He's busy, and he's winning. Like
again, another Frank Miller visual element, though, of the shriveled up Superman floating in space. Different context from, like,
the CGI. I'm like, oh, this is bad, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah. But it's one of those where, like, you hear Zack Snyder say he still wants to do Dark Knight Returns, and I'm like, why? You did it, my guy.
I'm gonna say he's done it all. Like,
you need to do it again? Like, okay.
Like, well, what did he not do in Dark Knight Returns? Like, he didn't do
literal 1-to-1.
I guess, like, you just want more mutants. You want to hear, like, their stupid way of talking a little bit, I guess. Like, okay.
Well, was it the?
I mean, I do like the mutants.
Who's the archery guy?
Green Arrow.
Is he a part of that?
Yeah,
he is. Yeah, he's like old, and he's got like an arm has been ripped off by Superman, supposedly. So it's one of those. The problem with, like, Dark Knight Returns is you can't do that in any kind of, like, you can't properly do it in any kind of, like, comic book continuity, because it's set 20, 30 years after the height of Batman and all that stuff. All of the people like Batman are basically either in prison or on the run because they're outlawed. And the only
Green Lantern has just left. He's like, Green Lantern's like, you guys suck. I'm out.
Yeah. Then the only one that's actually left that's around is Superman. And like, and he is basically like America's police force or something for everything.
He's a puppet of the government. And it's Nixon, isn't it?
I believe so.
Reagan.
Reagan. But but that book was written to be out of continuity. Like, it was supposed to be an Elseworld. So, like, it still works. The sequels are okay.
I don't think I ever read the sequels.
The third one is interesting. The third one has a lot to do with Kandor, which is always an interesting choice. But I think they're worth a read if you haven't read them.
Year one was really good as well. I like that.
Year one is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the one thing we haven't talked about in this episode, and I feel probably the best place to wrap it up, is we have to talk a little bit about the quote-unquote Justice League that is teased in this movie. It was a very weird idea, in my opinion, to include a cameo sequence. Quite literally, we're going to put a huge pause on everything going on right now to show you some nice little videos of the Flash saving a guy and Miles Dyson not learning his lesson from Terminator at all.
With one of the mother boxes as well, it's like, so you have the mother box in that video. You have
was the mother box in the theatrical?
Yes, in the cyborg sequence, yes. In the Steppenwolf sequence, that was not in the theatrical.
Yeah, the Steppenwolf sequence as well has the mother boxes in front of it.
Yeah, but that part wasn't in the theatrical. That part wasn't there.
Yeah.
But yeah, the building cyborg out of a mother box, that was in the theatrical. And then Aquaman just swimming in a boat.
Yeah. That was so weird.
In the Aquaman movie, he doesn't have his spear yet. So that was
No, that one didn't really work. That one just felt like shit, we need to add these cameos in, and I guess we're going
to make people happy.
Hang on, wasn't Aquaman, the film came out after the Justice League, didn't it?
And takes place after Justice League. Because they talk about Justice League in it.
But didn't he have the spear in Justice League?
He has a different spear.
Yeah.
He has like a 5-pointed spear. And then in the Aquaman movie, he gets his 3-pointed spear.
Yeah.
And he has the 3-pointed spear in this little video.
Yeah.
We're arguing very dumb comic book nonsense here. Like
why did he reduce the amount of spears? Like surely more spears is good. Like
but it's a special spear. Have you not seen Aquaman? It's a
yes,
whole thing.
I have. I'm being a dick.
It's a whole thing.
Jesus Christ, I'm being a dick.
Matt, would you take 5 pennies or 4 quarters?
Well, that's different because it's.
It's also American money, so
yeah, I wouldn't take any of it. Why? What am I going to do with that shit?
Hey, our dollar hasn't devalued that much yet.
Yeah, give us time. We're working on it.
I mean, you're trying really hard to do it.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Yeah.
But okay, so there's not really much to mention with the Justice League. I don't really like that sequence. For me, it's my least favorite sequence in the movie because it just felt like
saying, "Look what's coming!" Even though they're already throwing a shit ton to shoot at you.
Like we have no idea where to put this.
It also makes no sense as to why there's those videos. Like, yeah, I get it; they're in Lex's thing.
I
in his
think
database, but like, why?
Yeah, that's the step too far. You can kind of eat the shit sandwich of the teasing with the images and the files or whatever, but yeah, it's the lingering on the videos.
Because her opening up the photo and giving us like the Chris Pine in the photo and the cast of Wonder Woman, that works. That one, I'm like. Because she has an emotional tie to it. That's what she's looking for.
That's what she's that's what she's looking for. That's specifically what she's been looking for.
The photo doesn't belong to you. It is you.
Yeah, that's a good moment. That one where who are you?
Yes.
And that speaks to even more of like Wonder Woman scrubbed her own self from existence. There's interest there. There's story. Ezra Miller stopping a robbery with too much lightning. What did this add to this movie? Like
and the whole Batman her thing, it works well because it shows again Batman is a sleuth.
Yeah,
he's not just brawn, but he can figure out these things and then use it as leverage.
Yeah, because she's like, I couldn't open it, it's too encrypted. He's like, well, I can open it. What were you looking for? Oh shit.
There you are.
Like, that's you. Really? How old are you?
Her and Nadja.
Yeah.
You know what we haven't mentioned, and I think it's a really fucking cool sequence, is the dream sequence he has.
How do I forget that? Yes,
the apocalypse sequence. Yeah, the nightmare sequence is like, that is what we were robbed of.
Yeah.
A film in that world.
Yeah, and
Mad Max Batman.
I mean, at first when I was watching it, I remember, because when I saw the theatrical, I'm like, what is that symbol? I know that I don't recognize that. I recognize the symbol. I can't make the connection.
Oh, see, for me, I'm just like, dark side, dark side, dark side.
And then you see all the thing flying in. I'm like, okay. And then you get Ezra Miller, old Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
You have to find, I still think the way these movies played out, we never got full circle of that moment.
No, we didn't.
Never got that.
Because that's supposed to be in Justice League 2.
Right. And we never got that. You have to find her, yada, yada, yada. So it's shitty that we get all these different plot threads that we hope get figured out, but this series is such a goddamn mess. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is a mess of writing that they can't.
It's not the creative's fault.
I know, I'm not, but they have no. But and I think that's studio problems. They had an idea, they just couldn't execute.
Yeah, because like that sequence, I agree, is really cool, and like having Darkseid be your ultimate big bad, that's a fucking bold swing.
Even having Steppenwolf in the cut version, which that makes sense, you know, but like have Lex Luthor kind of like symbiotic with him as he's sitting there closing his eyes, like in sync with him, and that's where like they're coming. That works for me, but again, it's just such a jumbled mess.
But then, like, if you were not going to do what we're going to do and just keep going, if you just went straight from here to the Zack Snyder Justice League, it works. It all works. I'm like, okay, this feels like this is the path we're on, and it sucks that it ends there because clearly there's more that we're just never going to get. But like that storyline was working. It just, we didn't get to see it.
Wasn't fleshed out like almost every idea in this series.
Well, you know, good news is after this we get a roller coaster of quality. Everyone's all excited for our next movie, right? Suicide Squad. Right?
Yeah, I looked up. What's the next one? Is it? Oh, it's Wonder Woman next. And I looked at it. Oh fuck! Oh no!
And you said it wrong, Brian. Academy Award-winning Suicide Squad.
I mean,
for makeup,
the makeup is good.
Yeah, the makeup is good.
It's pretty good.
The makeup is good.
My problem is
the only thing that is good in it.
My problem is I've already seen the good one. So.
Oh, have you not seen this one?
No.
Whew.
You're in for a wild ride there, Joel.
Yeah. There are things that work.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I wish we had the air cut for this, but we don't.
We don't. If we did, we'd be doing 2 episodes.
Are we doing the extended cut?
I mean, we can. There's virtually no difference.
Okay. I'm watching the extended cut.
I'll watch the extended cut just because there's more Harley Quinn. I think if this movie did anything right, it was casting Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. Like,
Amen.
fuck, she crushes it. Will Smith is Deadshot, really good. Jai Courtney as Boomerang, surprisingly good.
Yeah.
Like Joel Kinnaman.
Then you have Adam Peach.
Joel Kinnaman, not the best in this one, but he's good in the next one.
I have time for Joel Kinnaman, to be honest. I like him. I think he's a really good actor who's like finally managed to actually get some successes under his belt, despite some very unfortunate
RoboCopy disasters.
Hey,
I feel so sorry for him for that RoboCop film. Like I saw some like interview with him or something. He's like, oh yeah, this new RoboCop film. Like, I mean, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be like proper like hard R action violence, and then like the student like ixnay on the violence nay.
It's gonna be PG-13 and for the kids. Good plan. All right, let's move into quotes. If we're talking about RoboCop, we're clearly off the rails.
I mean, in that RoboCop film, they were like make him look like Batman. So we're not that far off the rails.
Yes, that's true. So yet again, this is the second episode we've done where I did not pull out my notes even once. We went all off memory.
That's good.
Which is good. I mean,
that's me as well. Basically, like again, the discussion flowed really well.
I'm still not the. I mean, I definitely like the Ultimate Cut better, but yeah.
I mean, well, it's a better movie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that's like
you might
like
still
saying
not
I like watching the full film better rather than just half of it and then just skipping to the end and being like, what happened there?
All right, I'll go first. Alfred, Master Wayne. And Batman goes, Alfred. And Alfred goes, I'm sorry for listening in. I've tracked the Russian's phone to a warehouse near the port. You're locked onto it. Batman goes, I don't deserve you, Alfred. And Alfred says, no, sir, you don't. All the reason why that man is the best Alfred.
Yeah. That was on my list. I will agree with fucking great.
The only reason I'm not a huge fan of him, I just have to mention it, is he is very thirsty for Bruce Wayne to have a kid. He brings it up a lot. It's like, Alfred, let it go, man. Let it go. He brings
the house of...
He brings it up too many times. Otherwise, I agree with you. All right, if Ryan went first, that makes Joel second.
Be their hero, Clark. Be their angel. Be their monument. Be anything they need you to be. Or be none of it. You don't own this. You don't owe this world a thing. You never did.
Oh, Papa Ken on the mountain.
I
Oh,
like
that was Martha. That was Martha.
That's Martha.
Martha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I liked that they re-emphasized that it's a choice.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
he continues to make the choice.
Yeah.
That's good writing.
Can we get a timestamp of that? Ryan just said
I was gonna
that's
say,
good
did
writing.
Ryan just compliment this
Shit.
film?
To make a connection between the two movies, that's
I mean, to be fair, we should just clip that, and every time
Is
we
that one.
Yeah.
just like that was good writing. Just every now and again, just drop it in, like just have
Yeah.
Ryan just like that's good writing.
Yes, please play that all for Suicide Squad. Fuck you.
I mean,
Like
I
just have
think
Ryan. Go,
Suicide
that's
Squad
good
is-
writing. Is it weird? I don't think it's that good, Ryan. And then
Ryan,
he
let
goes,
it go, man. It's not that great.
just have him muted through the whole episode. Just he's there going like,
That's good writing. That's good writing. That's good writing.
Well, this way,
Joel
if
will be
Ryan's
happy
not
because
here
then
for a
we can
week, we've got
do
a
your
good
thing,
stand-in.
Joel will be happy. No more. Do your thing, cuz.
Do your thing, cuz.
Love it.
Don't tee me up.
I did. I was teeing you up, buddy.
I have that button always ready to go. Best line in movie history. All right, Matt, what was your quote?
I've got so many to choose from. 'Cause they're all Alfred ones as well. So I'll go with the more maudlin one, just because of the way that Jeremy Irons delivered it. And so it's out with Bruce. I didn't say Bruce Willis then. Bruce saying, "We're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals. Nothing's changed." And then he like cuts to Alfred, and he's just like, it's just this. Like it's the look on his face as well as he's saying it. It's like, oh yes, it has, sir. Everything's changed. Men fall from the sky. The gods hurl thunderbolts. Innocents die. That's how it starts, sir. The fever, the rage, the feeling of powerlessness that turns good men cruel.
Yeah. Well done.
So
Well said.
fucking good.
Yep.
Like it's
It's basically
such
just
a good
Alfred
line.
going like, "This is what you're doing, jackass."
Yeah. But it
He's
does a lot
way
of,
more
like,
polite about it, but
it does a lot of lifting as well in that, because it's like it's contextualizing why Batman has gone like even darker than he has, but it's also contextualizing the fact that like he's not accepting, like Bruce has not accepted that the world has actually changed, and he's trying to still like live in the old world, and he's not adapting to that, to the new one. But yeah.
so that was mine, which is fine because I had a backup. It's not my favorite backup, but I'm still going to use it because we already talked about the moment, and I just think it's a great moment. It's when the Russian guy has the flamethrower to Superman's mom and is just, "I'll kill her. Believe me, I'll do it." And just Baron, "I believe you."
And then
And then just blows the guy out of the smithereens, just completely explodes, has the flameproof cape over Martha, finishes everything. He's like, "It's okay. I'm a friend of your son's." I figured the cape. Like these movies, they try to have that
Lighthearted
Marvel
moment.
style humor from time to time,
Yeah.
and it never really works that well, just because it's a very different style of humor. But when it does kind of eke through, it makes me smile.
I mean, I like there's another line from Alfred Wells which I just think is great, and it's one of those humorous, like the humor lines, and I think like Alfred works so well as a humorous character in this, and it's where he goes, "Go upstairs and socialize. Some young woman from Metropolis will make you honest." In your dreams, Alfred.
See, again, thirsty for a kid. Dude needs to let it go.
But what I love about that is like I'm watching it this time and I'm going, is he a little bit drunk at this point? Because he's drinking a glass of wine as he says that as well.
He's
It's just
got
like,
cameras all
how
over.
many of those has he had?
He's
Like,
got cameras all over Wayne Manor. He's waiting for the action to start.
God, that's funny. I didn't think about that. Yeah, no, that works.
You've become too old to die young, though not through lack of trying, is another good one as well.
That was my second one.
That's a good one.
Second one.
Even
Yeah.
Batman's line later of like, "I'm older now than my father ever was." Like, fuck, that hits, man.
It does, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's rough. All right, but we have covered what is arguably, I mean, I guess we just still have the Snyder Cut coming out, but the most divisive of the DCEU movies. The people are ready to like, drag out and fight in the streets over these two movies. So we've covered those. From here on out, we're usually people who agree to a certain extent on the quality of these. there'll be some varying degrees of opinion is what I'm going to go with. I don't hate the next movie. I don't really like the next movie though. The next one is rough. Suicide Squad is
it's fine.
At its best, it's fine. At its worst, it's real bad. But the sequences that work really do work, and it's mostly just Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is great, and then Amanda Waller is just. I mean, there's a reason she stuck around. These two specifically stuck around because they were so good from the jump. So we do get that, and then the week after that, we're going to do Wonder Woman, which is a phenomenal first 2/3 of a movie and a pretty okay final third. That's the one that I think is. I think people look back a little too fondly on. I think they hate BVS and Man of Steel a little too much, and I think they love Wonder Woman a little too much. I think they all kind of deserve to go a little in the other direction, but we'll get there when we get there. Again, I'm not really feeling plugs. And we got anything to plug?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
Okay, great. So tune in next week when we start talking Suicide Squad, the David Ayer not cut, because that is not existent for us to see. Although I'd like to see it if we can. It'd be fun, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. Let's see Batgirl. Show us the movies you made, please. Why is that?
Yeah,
a
you
weird
bastards.
Yeah, come the fuck on. All right. Bye.
Fuck David Zaslav.